Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Erin Esser with Morning Minutes with Erin. It is not morning where I'm at right now. It is almost 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. And today I just had a nice morning of tuning into the energy and relaxing. So, if you celebrate Easter, happy holidays, happy Resurrection Day to you. If you do it next weekend, well, happy early Resurrection Day to you as well. And this is a time, just a few short minutes, where I bring to you the energy of the day from a soul perspective, the sun's perspective, that is our soul. And I take into being the Sabian symbol and the um, just the energy that I'm tuning into as well too for the day. Oftentimes what happens is I don't look at the Sabian symbol until right before I do the this video, but oftentimes it's very similar. The energy that I'm feeling in the day before I do this video is very similar and it lines up quite nicely. So today is basically the Sabian symbol is it's like a little girl throwing, feed to birds. If you can just picture that, like a little girl in the wintertime, right? A little girl in the wintertime throwing out feed to birds. And the whole premise of this is with the sun at 19 degrees in Aries, we're still in that fire sign, right, of Aries for the next 11 days or so until we move into Taurus. And this energy here is really about innocence. It is about being able to receive. And this is the theme that I have really recognized in my life as well too, is how much I'm based on the circumstances external to me, how I'm pushing away because I don't like the experience that is coming to me or for me. And so instinctively, I'm like just pushing it away because of fear, like a fear of, I don't like this. I can't handle this. I don't want to handle this. I don't want to do this. I don't like it. Rather than like, oh, wait, because it's a really deep belief of I can't handle it. I don't feel competent enough to handle it. I don't feel confident enough to do this. And when we're in that state, it's a stressful state internally. It's impossible to receive. But when we're in a state of innocence and the true feminine, which is innocence, which is no ulterior motive, which really is allowing what is and then responding from that. So if you think about this little girl, right, the Sabian symbol, this little girl with feed for the birds in the wintertime. There's a few different ways you could look at this. One could look at this as like, oh, these birds in the wintertime, how do they survive? Wait, we could project our own pain and misery onto these creatures, right? Or, there's several ways. I'm just bringing you a couple. Or we could just ignore it. We might be so wrapped up in our own stuff and our own drama that we just don't even pay attention, right, to these birds that are in the wintertime, right? It could be harsh conditions in the wintertime. They might have a hard time finding their own source of food. Who knows? And so we could be wrapped up in our own stuff and not even pay attention, not even notice what's coming into our field to be able to respond. Or we could be like that little girl in this innocence, in this childlike manner, where she's paying attention to the things around her. She's paying attention to life. And she notices, oh, look at these birds. Oh, I'm just going to go feed them. No ulterior motive. I just want to hang out and I want to give because I see these birds that look like they might be in need. And oh, look, I have some birdseed or I have some, whatever, breadcrumbs or whatever it is, right? No ulterior motive. I just want to give. And in the act of giving, like truly giving from a heart space, Again, no ulterior motive, just pure innocence. The giver receives just as much as the receiver, because there's an element of knowing, of just this like connection to what is. And we can connect to what is right here, right now. There's a wholeness to our being. Addiction, depression, which is addiction, all of these, the mental things that we go through, is really stems from a disconnection with the what is. We want to escape the what is. We want to manipulate the what is rather than being with the what is and just responding in innocence to that. So, today, a question that you could ponder on or journal on is, where in my life can I bring more innocence in so that I can see what is around me, so that I can respond in purity with a pure heart, right? And clean hands and a pure heart, right? That's really what this is about, is clean hands and a pure heart. What is possibly the belief that's in the way of you showing up in full surrender? Because it takes, to be truly innocent, it takes us to this place of surrender. And now your conscious brain might be like, oh, I can do that. I can surrender. I can do that. Yep, absolutely. But what is your body feeling? Because our mind can be telling us one thing and our body is responding completely different. Paying attention to your body, getting into your body, right? Noticing your heart. Is it beating fast? Is it beating slow? Is there coherence between your mind and your heart? That's really what this is about, is building that bridge between the mind and the heart. So we can be here now. Because for what is to come and what we are facing, we're going to need to be here now. And to be in a state of innocence and surrender. Now, that doesn't mean weak. That just means being able to receive. Most people are not in a state of receiving. If you're walking around stressed out, thinking about everything that you have to do later or tomorrow or next week or next year, you cannot receive. It's impossible, because you're on the defense rather than allowing. Now, there's a beautiful balance, right, between preparing, but then it's also letting go too. If we're constantly projecting ourselves into the future, we can't be like that little girl that just wants to throw some birdseed or some breadcrumbs to some birds and help them out because it's the winter time and food might be scarce. So, what is preventing you to show up today? Pure heart and clean hands. And I will leave you with that. Until tomorrow, have a super duper blessed day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.